Hey there, and welcome to the Alive and Unbothered podcast. I'm your host, Cherie Linnell, your mental freedom coach and mentor, and I'm sharing short, actionable strategies every week to help you activate an unbothered mind, transcending depression, transforming your life. In the premiere episode, I shared with you about how sharing my story created new possibilities in managing my challenges with living with bipolar 2 disorder. Well, in this episode, I'll tell you how I got with some acceptance with having a mental illness. Back in March of 2017, when I was officially diagnosed with clinical depression, that wasn't when I got with some acceptance. It wasn't even when I met with another therapist who clarified my depression was the bipolar kind, mood cycling between depression and mania. In fact, I wrestled with the diagnosis because I had a story already in my mind of what I believed having a mental illness meant. It meant I would forever be labeled as unstable and unhinged. My story gave a reason to why my friendships didn't last, or why I couldn't hold down a job, or why every entrepreneurial venture I embarked on failed. And the story of being unstable and unhinged became the prelude for all other stories I would write going forward from there. The good news is that the breakthrough came sooner rather than later, allowing stories of progress and growth to emerge by first finding acceptance with my situation like this. I needed to go deeper into how I defined being bipolar in my mental health story. And by that, I took a look at the words and I wrote them down. I wrote down what unstable and hinged really meant, like in straight up dictionary terms. Well, according to Merriam-Webster's definitions, unstable means not stable, not firm or fixed, not constant. And it goes on to list 5 variants of the definition, such as 1, not steady in action or movement, an unstable pulse. 2, wavering in purpose or intent. 3, lacking steadiness, apt to move, sway, or fall, unstable tower. 4, liable to change, like an unstable economy, unstable weather, or readily changing, like a chemical or physical composition or biological activity, as by decomposing. Or 5, characterized by lack of emotional control. So, with regard to my mental health, the last variant seems to fit. Unstable means having a lack of emotional control. Next, I looked into what unhinged meant. Well, its definition is upset, unglued, especially mentally deranged. Especially mentally deranged. What the F? Deranged? What does that even mean exactly? Because I knew it to mean, crazy. Well, good old Merriam-Webster said it goes that it does mean to be mad or otherwise insane. So I went even deeper. And by going even deeper, what the hell does it mean to be insane outside of what stigma has told me? Well, the dictionary says to be insane means 1, exhibiting a severely disordered state of mind affected with mental illness. Well, duh. 2, unable to think in a clear or sensible way. And 3, informal, an informal sense about outrageously high or extreme, also exceptionally good or impressive. I like that one. So I sat with these definitions for a long while, and I accepted these terms to describe my mental health as having a lack of emotional control and unable to think in a clear or sensible way. Because many people on this planet have some degree of emotional control and mental clarity issues. This self-awareness of having mental health challenges made it possible to be relatable to those with healthier minds. Now, I began to treat the real issues with weekly therapy and coaching. I uncovered what my emotional blockages were and did the work to overcome them. I'm still doing the work, as every day there is a trigger and an opportunity to grow. And I leaned in on creating a life through the lens of having a life that's no longer unstable or unhinged, but rather alive and unbothered. So, if you are having a hard time working out acceptance for your particular mental health challenges, try starting with discovering what meaning you're putting behind it and ask yourself if it's true or if it's not true for you. And I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean it literally. What words are you using to describe its meaning? And ask yourself if they're the truth. Not just accurate, but true. And when you can do that, you'll find acceptance and you'll be able to make changes in your life transcending your mental health challenges and grow rather than reject this part of yourself and prohibit self-expression. Thank you for listening to the Alive and Unbothered podcast. For more about this episode, please head over to sherrylinnell.com/podcast for notes, transcript, and bonus materials. Thanks again for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, share with your peeps, and until next time, live your life fully alive and unbothered.